Okay, so now we are talking with Stephen Bajo O'Donnell of ABC's Good Game. Great to have you back on the show again. Thanks for coming along.
Thank you for asking me.
That's awesome. Last time you came on, we had a bit of a chat about Batman.
A big chat.
Big chat about Batman. This time we are discussing Justice League from the New 52, Jeff Johns and Jim Lee, of course. Now there's been a lot of change-ups in this. There's been some origin changes. We've got Manhunter out, we've got Cyborg in. What is it about Justice League that's really got you excited?
I've always been a big Justice League fan, if not as much as Batman. And I think it's because I love how all the characters play in with each other, and I love how Batman is the voice of reason, the grumpy one of the group, you know, who goes, you can all go do your thing, and I'm going to do my thing, and that's what I love about it. But I think it's because all the abilities and how they can just make such spectacular, in the animations, such spectacular fights, and in the comics, such spectacular panels, you know, where it's a full page spread of just everything going off, and I just put it down and take photos of it, and then, and then pick it up again. There's a couple of things I don't like about the Justice League reboot comics. Mostly, I don't like Cyborg that much, mostly because I don't know who he is. They didn't really set up.
Interesting kind of. Let's chuck this guy in.
Let's give him some armor and away we go.
And away we go.
I know. I like what he does in it. I like his functionality, and I think that will fit with the Justice League really well in the comics. But I don't like how you don't know anything about the boy before he becomes the Machine. Whereas Shazam, and what they've done with him, now he's a character that I've never really been able to connect with because he's a kid, you know, he's an 8-year-old.
He's a kid.
And it's hard to relate to that, despite my immaturity. But they've set him up so well, and he's running around with like this kid who needs help, and he's finding out that crime comes to him. You know, I'm learning more about the mystical side of Shazam that I didn't really know, and it's also really dark with all the Black Adam stuff. And so I don't know that much about Shazam, but I know that I'm really liking what they're doing with it now. The other thing is Aquaman.
Of course.
People make fun of Aquaman a lot. You know,
they do,
and I get upset about that a bit because Brave and the Bold made him really cool again. I think it was a great animation series.
If a bit cheesy,
but that's.
But he was always fun. Whenever he showed up, you were kind of like, Aquaman.
It's gonna be an Aquaman episode, awesome. But now he's badass in this. You know, he's just launching things and fighting in the whole war with. Is it the war with Atlantis that's happening right? This is wherever I'm up to. This is. I haven't finished this one yet, but I love how they've made him just so cool.
Well, I was very surprised in that the first trade where he just shows up and just sharks, massive sharks, are launching into the air. I just went, okay. They made him kind of cool all of a sudden.
I thought it was a spectacular start to this as well, because it is all just, it's really action-packed.
It really is.
I don't read that many comics, you know. I read all the Batmans, the ones I can get my hands on, and I've started reading Superman, I've started reading Young Justice, but this is always the one for me because it's just so blockbuster.
But there's so many characters and so many stories, and
such big personalities, big powers.
And the
it's
big
all happening.
panels where Jim Lee's art really comes out, and you go, that is awesome. I want that on my wall.
I also think I like how Wonder Woman in it, you really get to see that naive side to her because they're talking about things that she doesn't understand. And I'm sure that's in the Wonder Woman comics as well, but I just love how she's fighting with a sword a lot and all that sort of stuff. And she's really badass in this. And there's this one panel with Superman and Wonder Woman when they meet. I don't want to spoil it for people, but obviously you know what happens. And it's incredible. You know, that whole section.
Everybody's been wanting to see that for quite some time, I think.
I
like Justice League a lot.
We're getting that.
We are. Now, you've actually brought in a Justice League that you're reading. How about you show all the loyal Kapowians how you treat the comics?
Look, I am not good at not folding things. I can't help it. And I actually did think this was a Young Justice one before I...
That doesn't help.
No, it doesn't really. Comic, but I have crumbled it a little bit. This is the first one I've crumbled. The others, the most I ever folded is like that, usually.
Still.
But, you know, sometimes you just need to read on the go. And, in fact, a page came out of this while I was... But just look at these panels. This is what I'm talking about, you know?
You got just big stuff going on.
It's just...
those sort of hero moments where you got everybody bursting out.
They're all in it.
Yeah.
And they're all doing cool stuff.
Yes, every last one of them doing cool stuff.
The main reason I fold is because they take me a long time to read, and that's what I like about them. Most other comics I blast through, but here I do just put it down and I just stare at it and soak it all up. And I'm sorry I folded it.
Well, as well you should.
We're gonna have to get you a fresh copy.
Thank you.
No. There was a page that came out. I'll just put it in my pocket.
Put it back in your pocket. Thank you so much for coming on to Kapow for our 40th episode. It's pretty cool. And thank you for discussing Justice League and showing us all how atrociously you treat your comic books.
Thank you for having me. Unless I'm not cutting them up anymore.
That's true. We've got to step up.